It's a partnership between the Western Bulldogs and the North Melbourne Football Club. I suppose it's just to celebrate, you know, the diversity between the both clubs. We've got the huddle at North Melbourne, and the Western Bulldogs have got their, a similar thing there that they try and bring people of migrant backgrounds, introduce them to footy, and I suppose we use the game as a vehicle to attract people, but then we want to teach young youth and make good people and take them out into the community.
Do you think these sort of initiatives have an impact amongst the community?
Absolutely. I think from when I first started, it's been tremendous. The amount of work that the footy club has been able to help me and bring people into the club, teach them about footy, and also vice versa, teach my teammates, the football staff, about my culture, where I've come from. Obviously, not having the background like all my teammates, and starting footy at a later age. So I've had different experiences. So I've been able to share my story, and that's attracted other migrants into footy from young kids. My brothers and sisters, they now play footy out at my local footy club in Wyndham Vale. I think they've got about 15 Sudanese boys and girls playing. So I think there's a direct correlation.
In terms of the contest, you came off the bye just before that Geelong. What did you take from that Geelong game and the performance that they've been able to produce recently and going forward to make sure that you can stay inside the top 8?
Yeah, it was a disappointing game in terms of not being able to get the 4 points, and we worked really hard throughout that week to try and do things that will give us the result. But they play such a good brand of footy at their home ground, and I think there aren't too many teams that are going to go down there and beat them. But the learnings that we've got out of it is, we still played reasonably good footy. I think we were 10 points off them in the last quarter. So we're doing some things right, and I guess the bye has given us a chance, to freshen up, go away from footy, and spend a bit of time with family, and we sit at a pretty good place at the moment on the ladder, and hopefully we've set ourselves up for a bigger second half of the season, and I think just the output of guys like Jared Waite, Scott Thompson, that can't go unnoticed, and guys like Jason, Jed Anderson, I think they've had fantastic first half of the season. So I suppose we've just got to set the standards a bit higher again, and it's a big task, and we start again this week.
Do you let your mind wander to what could be come September?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to to start wondering what if, and where we'll be at the end of the season. But it's really important to just keep bringing yourself back to the present. Me personally, it's easy to wonder what my season could look like, around 18 or whatever. But I think it's important to keep reinforcing what makes us a good side. And as cliche as it sounds, we just have to take it 1 week at a time and keep focusing on what makes me a good player, and preparing myself each week. And yeah.
You feeling pretty comfortable in your new role down back here?
I wouldn't say comfortable. I'm still being challenged week in, week out. I'm getting different matchups. But in terms of just probably feeling confident in my ability, I've played 8 games now, something I haven't been able to do in the past. So, I've had a couple of days. I've had a week off. You can always be a bit rusty after a week off. So, just got to keep practicing my skills. My marking contest, my contested marking, which is a strength of mine. So, just those things that you can go away from pretty easily if you don't keep practicing them.
You feel like you've found a home, after trying to roughen it forward over the years. You feel like you've slotted in.
Yeah, I think so. But then I don't want to be too comfortable, because I think when I thought I cemented a spot in the past, and I found myself out the side pretty quickly. So we've got really good young players at the club. Ben Mackay, Sam Durden. You know, these guys have been playing good footy, and they'll come in at some stage. So for me, it's just reinforcing what I said earlier, to just keep working hard, because you know, I don't want to give that. I don't want to give up that opportunity. Something I haven't had in the past.
Do you need to feel uncomfortable? Is that what keeps you on the edge, keeps that competitive edge going?
Yeah, I think so. Especially being at a club like our footy club. There are a lot of young guys, and they can sense the opportunity, and that drives players like me and senior players to keep playing well. And I think that's probably why guys like Scott Thompson, you know, they're around young guys, full of enthusiasm, and you know, they sense the opportunity. But you just got to keep motivating the younger players. Just not knowing when the opportunity is going to come, I think that's a hard task for Scotty. That's why he's got the job, and I'm the player. So.
You mentioned Jared Waite before. How's he going with the calf?
Yeah, he did a little bit yesterday. We came back. I think it's early in the week to sort of know. We've got our main session on Wednesday. I'm confident he'll play, but that's just my judgment. You know, hopefully the medical staff just clear him, and he's a good player when he's going, and we really love having him in the side, because there's not many players like him that are, you know, it's hard to match up on. It's such a link between defence and attack. So it'll be good to have him back if he's ready.
In terms of the Dogs, you've got a lot of Eastern Wood doing. You've got a lot of walking wounded. How do you make sure you're not complacent when you come out here Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've seen what it's like in the competition this year. If you're a little bit off, you can you know, you can get exposed. So we've got to make sure we have a really good session. We had a good session yesterday, just to blow the cobwebs out, and then on Wednesday just reinforce the stuff we didn't do well against Geelong, and then I suppose just preparing. You've got to always prepare to compete, and the way we play, such an effort, style of game. We've just got to make sure we do everything right during the week to set us up to play well against the Dogs.
There is a bit of a bye curse going on. There's only one of 6 so far that have won. I mean, is that just a bit of an oddity, or are there traps that are coming out of the bye?
I mean, you can get caught up in holiday mode when you come back, and I suppose the teams that haven't had the bye and you play against them, you know, they've got that continuity. They've had that continuity of training, and their skill levels are up. So, yeah, I mean, it's easy to get caught up in all this sort of stuff. But they're things you can control. And as a player, I mean, I just have to prepare really well early in the week, and then set myself up for the game.